Moses Boldu joining me with details about the Bonneville Pontiacs finalizing their coaching staff.
Yeah, and they just slowly got everything going once they announced who they had, and officially they made it today. So, you know, the final piece of that coaching staff is put in place, and as Clayton Brown explains, the Pontiacs have hired Larry Draper as the new assistant GM and associate coach.
For the second straight year, the Bonneville Pontiacs have a new assistant GM and associate coach, naming former two-time Alberta Midget AAA Coach of the Year and Spruce Grove Saints assistant coach Larry Draper to the position earlier today.
An individual with a like-minded philosophy, somebody that we can trust, that's honest with the players, and it's going to invest back into the organization, knowing that the standard of excellence that we've got here is quite high.
In Spruce Grove, with them I was working on it with individuals, on habits, on skills, and I'm really looking forward to bringing that with me to Bonneville, and I think it's something that's going to really help the organization, and more importantly, help the players.
Draper is the final addition to the Pontiacs coaching staff and isn't completely unfamiliar with the team.
He's coached just about every player on our team before, or he's coached against them. So he knows our personnel right now. And
Swan and Draper are no strangers to each other. They coached Midget AAA together in Edmonton, and that history should make for an easier and quicker transition.
Knowing what Larry's going to bring to the table is incredibly important, because it allows us to get ourselves with our feet running as soon as he comes in here.
With Rick and I, the philosophy we have in working with the athletes, which is athlete-centered, and we've done it in the past, and so for this year we'll be using that same criteria.
In Bonneville, Clayton Brown, Newcap Sports.
All right, moving on, it might not get as much attention as some mainstream sports, but this weekend was all about synchronized swimming. As Kyle Gallagher reports, the Border City Stingrays were hosting their annual water show to give area residents a chance to check out some incredible young athletes.
There's a lot to like about synchronized swimming.
Being with your friends and the swimming, I just like swimming.
Just meeting new people, swimming with my friends, going competition.
Despite being a graceful sport, it takes a lot of strength and agility.
Most people think it's an easy sport, but they're also athletic. They have to be upside down, they have to hold their breath, they have to be on time, and to be strong and powerful.
We do yoga, dry land, and we just practice all the time.
Okay, let's go, big toe point, push through your knee and hold.
The synchro season is almost over. This is the second last weekend of the year, so that means it's time for the annual Border City Stingrays Water Show.
It's a chance for the grandmas, grandpas, aunts, uncles, friends to come watch their routines, because we never compete at home. Our pool is not legal size to compete in, so it's their chance to come and watch them with their full attire.
It takes about an hour to goop your hair and to get it dry, and then with makeup as well, so an hour. It's kind of cool because most of my family doesn't do this, and it's just fun and stuff.
All the swimmers involved with the Stingrays participate in the show.
We have 9 routines, and we have duets, 1 solo, and several teams.
The girls work on their routines for months to make sure everything is perfect.
We learn our routine in September, and then it takes us a while to learn it just to make sure we know the parts and stuff so we don't mess up.
And for those that are new to the sport, Sunday is their synchro debut.
The first year pre-comp girls, this is their first and only show this year. So for them it's a little nerve-wracking but also exciting. It's the first time they get to swim to their music and have their hair done, get their makeup done, so it's exciting.
Next weekend, the Stingrays are off to Regina for the final competition of the year. Kyle Gallagher, Newcap Sports.
To lacrosse now. Coming off a win against Sherwood Park, the Xtreme played their second game of a back-to-back Sunday, taking on the Lakeland Heat. The Lloydminster Scotty Xtreme leading 3-1 in the first. Ty Kopsar goes around the defender and puts a few moves on before finding mesh. 4-1. Moments later, the Xtreme missed the net, and it bounces back the other way. Jess Robinson misplays it, and it's in the back of the net. Now 4-2. More from the Heat. In the slot, it's in. 4-3. The Xtreme, though, would get that back. Kobsar again going to the net. He scores. It's now 5-3. Kitscoty Lloydminster increasing their lead. Taylor Anshelm from behind the net. A few tricky plays here, and he's good to go. 6-3. Then Quinn Moon gets the feed in front and will bury it. 7-3 Xtreme at that point. Late in the game, Lloydminster Kitscoty up 8-7. Anshelm would score around the perimeter. 9-7 would be the final. Kitscoty Lloydminster remains unbeaten in the year, moving to 3-0-1. The Capital District minor football season is coming to a close, and the Lloydminster Red Dogs remain perfect. Veteran running back Donovan Granum has been leading the colored Canines in the quest to repeat as league champs. Next on the chopping block were the 2-1 Edmonton Raiders. Lloydminster improves to 4-0 on the year with an impressive 36-14 win over the Raiders. Donovan Granum, as usual, hit the score sheet with a pair of rushing touchdowns. Andrew Kalfas also chipped in with a pair of rushing TDs of his own. Kirk Hahn added a late game touchdown to seal it, and with the win, the Red Dogs advance to the championship game next Saturday with a chance to defend their CDMA title. And the Reapers men's rugby team were in Saskatoon to kick off the Saskatchewan Rugby Union season against the Gophers. The home side would come away with the 31-24 win. Now, the Reapers actually had a very strong start in the first half, leading 17-0, but the team from Saskatoon battled back in the second with the game tied at 24. The Gophers scored in the final seconds of the game. Mike Cannon led the way with 2 tries, while Brock Bergen and Joe Bolton added the others in the losing effort. Lloydminster will have a chance to pick up its first win of the year when they play their home opener Thursday night versus the Saskatoon Badger Bees. That one would be at ES Laird. Kickoff at 6:45.